Hey, what's up everyone? In this video, I'm going to introduce you to some new templates for the upcoming Canvas starter site. These have to do with completely customizing the login registration experience for a MyListing website. So it's a login page, a register page, and a lost password page. I previously did this for the Fit starter site. With this particular site, Canvas, I took it a step further and I did dark mode versions for each of those three templates that I mentioned. Okay. So let's go ahead and dive into these. I wanted to point out too, the build notes for Canvas, you can follow along by going to the MyListing Club website. Find that Canvas starter site page, which is where I'm at now here on my screen. And what we're going to be focusing on here in this video is this custom login registration experience. And you'll see right up here at the top, there's a guide, and I completely went through this entire guide earlier today and just made sure that it was on the up and up. So if you follow this guide, it's a more in-depth look at how I built this all from scratch. Okay. Another important thing I really want to point out, because I've had customers or potential customers bring this up in the past, is there's concern of, well, this is adding a bunch of complexity, and sometimes they just want to get back to the default MyListing login registration. So I updated that guide to show you, in a matter of minutes, you could be right back to the default MyListing login registration. Okay. As I build these, my goal is to not make your customers' lives more difficult. It's to make it easier and better. And I've started documenting ways that you can back out of things if you so choose. All of this is modular. I had a really quick before we dive in. I had a customer in the past buy a starter site and completely tear it apart because they didn't understand it. Instead of asking questions, they just tore it all down. And then they were unhappy once they did that, because then they were back to the default MyListing, which, sometimes that leaves a lot to be desired. So long story short, everything's modular. Turn it off, turn it on, whatever you want to do. Okay. That's the whole goal here. All right, so let's go ahead and dive in. This is the upcoming Canvas starter site. And up here at the top right, we see login and register. That's the same that MyListing is going to give you. The difference is when you click on these now, I'm going to redirect you to a custom page that we've built. All right, so let's click on login here. Here is the custom page. Again, everything with the Canvas starter site is built with the new Elementor containers. So it's going to be faster. Built on the modern framework that they've got going forward. Okay. So as we see here, Canvas here, that's linking to back to the homepage. So they have a way to get back. We're using the Elementor's Canvas template for these pages. So it hides the header and footer. So where, we don't have any distractions, but people can easily get back by clicking the back button, or again, click this, the site name here. It's going to bring you back. This is dynamically going to fill in based on the name of your site, or you can change it to whatever you want. Okay. Here's our custom login form. And down here is a link to our custom register page, which we'll look at here in a second. Down here are the social login options. This is done with the free plugin, WP Social. Free plugin. You can go the pro version. It's going to give you more options. One of the ways I've saved you from not having to go pro right away is the CSS that I added to style this. This is the style of these buttons. This is not how these buttons look coming out of the box. They look great out of the box. But I think I made them look better as far as matching the branding and whatnot with this site. So, but you can easily remove that if you want, not a problem. Okay. And then this reset password down here, if you've ever seen a MyListing website, you're familiar with that. This again is going to redirect to a custom page, which we will look at here in a second. I'm going to quickly show you how this looks on all device sizes to show you that the design is responsive and looks good across all of them. I'm only going to show you on this one because it's going to be the same on the others. So let's go ahead and look at that. So desktop obviously was the previous one. Here's an iPad look. Let's just put it on a phone. There's a phone. So there you go. So you can see it looks good on every device. All right. So I want to quickly point that out. Okay, so we are on this MyListing site. We are on a custom login page. Let's do it. We don't have an account, let's say, so we need to register. So let's go. We can either go back to the register, or we can click this create account here, or we can log in with social. I also wanted to point out here that these social login buttons are not working, and that's intentional. I just didn't want to take the time anymore to go out and set these up. It's time consuming. If one of these platforms makes a change, then it breaks it across all the sites, and I just didn't want to do it anymore. But just trust me, it works. On the Fit Starter site, I configured Google to work if you want to go check that out. But I want to stop doing these anymore. I put these in place because I wanted to show you what was some of the things that were possible, and then show you the design that I applied. All right. Okay, so let's go back. Let's just say we're brand new to the site. We want to register. So let's click register. Here's our custom register page. It looks very similar. Over here on the right, you'll see this theme as we go along with this Canvas build. There are, I don't want to say never, but I never intend to add any custom images to this site, and that is intentional. These are all put in here for educational purposes and for you to be able to envision your own images in there without any influence by what I'm doing. So Canvas is meant to be that, a canvas where you can start painting yourself, painting like your website as you envision it, rather than being swayed by, other images. For example, Fit Starter site. They see it's fit. It's all about fitness. That's great. But then some people have a hard time envisioning that site being built for a local community, for example, I've seen it done before. It's very easy to do, but sometimes they see those images of the fitness people and they can't wrap their mind around changing that. So that's one of the goals of this Canvas starter site. The other one is for education. These images here are in the dimensions that I would use, and that's all documented in the back end when you go to replace these images. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and log in here, or register, I should say. I'm just going to type in my email address. You'll notice here that's all we're asking for. Let me also really quick, I should have done this before. Let me get logged into my email. So I'm just going to fall silent here just for a second. I'm going to get logged into my email. Okay, so that is now logging in. I think I broke something there. Okay, let's go. Okay, now it's logging in. Cool. All right, so get into email. I just need to get into the email so that I can show you how all of this messaging looks and works. Okay, that's good. All right, so you'll see here, all I'm putting in is my email address. That's it, nothing else. And obviously, if these were working, these social login buttons, you could use those. But okay, I'm going to click sign up. Check your inbox to confirm your registration. So let's just wait for that to come into my inbox. Okay, there we go. And we open this message. All right, so here we have the message. This is all configured in the Actions Pack for Elementor plugin, which is included with the starter site. As far as getting you going, you need to license it for yourself, and you need the gold package, but all of that's documented for you. That's what unlocks all of this magic. So here we see here who the email's from, who it's to, your typical form stuff. Here's the magic though of what this plugin is doing. You can put this custom message in here. Thank you for registering and being part of Canvas, part of the Canvas. I need to update that message. It automatically generates a username based off the email, and it automatically generates a password. This is what I call frictionless sign up, and I highly recommend it. Some people are old school and they get really hellbound on, I need people to be able to put in a username and be able to put in a password. And that just doesn't make sense anymore these days. Think about it. If you are a fan of social logins, then you're not asking people to put a username and a password in there. So why would you do it here? It just doesn't make a lot of sense. So I would get on board with really this frictionless, sign up, login and stuff. All right. They can always change their password later, but just let them put their email address in and, and let them get off to the races. All right. It's going to give them this link right here. We're going to copy this. This is just an authentication piece that's built into the software. I'm just going to drop it here in a new link, or a new tab, I should say. Okay, so that's authenticated just right there. All right. So now let's put in our username, which is our email, and let's put the password that comes from the email. Let's drop this in. There we go. So now we're logged in. And I just want to point out that the Action Pack plugin, once you use it to build all this, it is super, super powerful. You can do different types of authentication. One-time passwords, like you don't have to use the passwords, username and password methods. There's other methods, SMS. There's all kinds of different ways you can do it. It unlocks all of that. Another feature, which we're looking at right here, you'll notice how once I logged in, it redirects to the Explore page. That is customizable. It's customizable by role. So obviously, if you're an admin of your website, you don't want to redirect to the front end. So you can configure it to log into the back end, to your WordPress dashboard, which is how I have it set up for you to start. Here, I just have a regular old person that's registered. I just drop them in the Explore page, get them searching for stuff. You can put them wherever you want to put them. Again, it's by role. So if you want your customers that are listing owners, if when they log in, you want to redirect them to their account or their dashboard or wherever, you have a lot of flexibility there. Okay. So I wanted to point that out. So we registered. I showed you how to do that. Let's go ahead. I showed you how to log in. So we've gone here. We've logged in. See if I can show you all these buttons. Create account. That takes you to the register page. Let's say that I forgot my password. Let's click this reset password. Takes you to the custom lost password page. Let's put in my username. Okay, keep an eye on your inbox for instructions, and we should see an email for that come through shortly. I'll show you that once it does. All right, so that's in. Here we go. I need to update where this email's from. So just ignore that. I'll do that after this video. But here we go. So please click on the link below to reset your Canvas password. Click on that link. It's going to obviously take you there so you can reset your password. Let's just go ahead and do that. Now, obviously, clicking that link is going to take you here, but I'm just going to, because I have that open in a different screen, I'm just going to paste it in here. There we go. So reset your password. Now they can put in whatever they want. Okay, your password was reset successfully. Cool. Cool. There we go. So that is that. The last thing I want to show you before I get you out of here is I'm going to quickly show you the dark mode. I'm only going to show you the login page dark mode because they're all similar. So once you see one, you've kind of, you've seen them all there. All right, so let's go over here. I'm going to drop this in. Let's log out here. You won't see this stuff, so just ignore what you just saw on the screen. You won't see that stuff. But this is what you will see. This is what the people will see, the users. So same thing. It's just everything is in dark mode. The buttons are customized for to look good on dark mode. All of this stuff. Actually, no, I can just show you here. Let's see. Here is the register page. Okay, and here is the password page. These are all available to you. Obviously, when you get the starter site, you can just use whatever you want to use. Super simple to do. All right. And I can't remember if I said it before or not. All 6 of these templates are available now on the MyListing Club website. So you can download, add them to your site, follow that guide that I put up there. I've had up there for a while now. And you can get this rocking on your own site. And this opens a ton of doors because now Now you've got Elementor, the power of Elementor. You can do whatever you want in here. This doesn't even have to be an image here on the right-hand side. This could be a video. It could be whatever you want it to be. Whereas with the MyListing stuff, you're just you're at the mercy of the social media providers for what they deliver to you for social login buttons. MyListing's very limited. They let you add a custom background image to the login page. Other than that, you need a lot of CSS to customize it and make it look, different if you want. Just very, very limited. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.